Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of a tour here down these hiking trails in East Sarajevo here. I'm actually standing on the Latin Bridge right now, which is one of the most famous bridges in Sarajevo. It's actually near where Archduke French Ferdinand lost his life here. So kind of a volatile area here. Now we're just going to be going down in this direction. It's kind of convenient to make a right turn here. We have the old town and the cathedral over on the left side. My apartment's like down a few blocks. So I just got to go down here and make a right turn. And we're going to be making a left and going down this way towards the east. Now, the east is actually more interesting than the west side of town, in my opinion, and I'll show you why that would be. So here we have City Hall in Sarajevo, right along the river here. And you can see the Yellow Fortress, that's the Yellow Fortress right there. So on the other side of that, there's another city building on top of the hill there. We got a mosque over here. A little further down, we have a dam for the river. Check this out, guys. So we're going to be walking a little further down the street here. We're going to check the funicular that goes up to the mountain here. Let's just go take a quick walk up here to the cable car. Here we go, guys. Let's see, so you got a map over here of all the trails around Sarajevo here. So this was rebuilt in the past, I think it was around 20 years ago, right, that this was rebuilt here. So it doesn't look at all that scary. Now, if you'll recall, earlier this year I took the funicular up to Mount Fancy Pan in Vietnam, and that was really crazy looking cliff there. Yeah, it's like a mile off the ground or something like this. So this does not look very high at all. All right, let's head on. We're going to do this another day here, and I'm going to continue on. Here we have the dam. So here we are. We're going to take a little ride along this road here. I was going to take a look at going up to this building up here, but I decided to take a right and see what it's like to go along this roadway until we get to the hiking trail. So here we go. So let's take a little ride here. So it has a cycle path on it, and it is built by the city here. So what this pathway, it goes through this valley here, and it goes and connects to some other hiking trails and bike paths and playgrounds and stuff like that here. And we can take a look at the map here. You can see there's T1, B4, and some of these are hiking trails and some of them are cycle paths, right? And so you got, let's see, you got B3, and some of these are pretty far. Let's see, T1 is 3.35 km, H1 is 12 km there, B3 is 17 km, so I think that goes to another town actually. And it shows us the elevation gain and loss there. So let's go take a look here. Very nice scenic woods here. Shallow waterfall here. So we can see that Bosnia has some rocks here, but nothing like over in Montenegro, right? In Montenegro, there's hardly any land there. Bosnia is a little bit flatter. A lot of trees around, forests. Now, there's some wildlife, there's bears here, and most importantly, one of the dangers of actually hiking in Bosnia here is landmines. And so I'm going to be extra careful when I'm walking around out here and not walk, too much in the woods here. So let's take a look at the river here. I'm sure this place has probably been cleared of mines, but I'm not going to be getting off trail too much, if any, right? Because there was a war in Sarajevo, right? Not just in Bosnia, but around Sarajevo, right? There was a siege here that lasted for 3 years, right? So, going to be watching my step. You probably know that I'm a fairly conservative traveler, right? So I'm not going to take too many risks of, getting dead, because I like to, I want to see more countries and I like being alive. So, one of the things I thought about doing here is when I saw these woods over here, is probably, if it wasn't for the landmines, I could probably get away with camping over here, right? Even right there, right? Or maybe a little bit further down, right? So I'm not, that close to town, right? Not too close anyway, right? You want to be somewhat close so you can avoid some of the wild animals, right? So when I was over in Lithuania, what happened was that there was a moose in the woods, right? So I was just camping, and I literally went into the woods maybe 500, 1,000 feet, not far at all from the city, right? I kind of went, a little ways from the city, and there's so many wild animals over there that I had no problem finding a moose, right, that started making strange noises around 2 a.m., right? And it sounded like he ran into a tree or something like this outside of my tent. And I was like, next night I moved to a different location. The new location was perfectly fine. It was just a bit closer to the city there. And, it's like someplace like right here. And so there's no animals that would come that close to the city there. And then I just woke up, about 6:30 a.m., packed up my tent and walked into the city like I'm coming out of my apartment and went to the store there. So here we have a playground here. So we have some type of agricultural project here. Let's take a look at where we are here. Now we have a bridge over here, which is called the Goats Bridge. We can take a look at this. We also have a viewpoint, which is up a hill here to the right 20 minutes. And we have a peak, Trebevic Peak, which is 5-hour hike. which I am not prepared to do today with my bicycle here, which I think just goes up this hill here. Which I may do that another day. My coat's probably too heavy to be hiking with this distance here. So let's go take a look at the bridge here. So I think what I may do, you can see we're on the left side of the map already. We've already been all the way across. And it's about a few miles cycling. It's flat. So what we're going to do here is probably just going to cross the bridge. We're going to go T1 and check out the first vantage point there. And then head back in the other direction here. So this bridge, what we can learn about this bridge here, it is an Ottoman bridge that is intact from the 16th century, right? So like 500 years here. And it's a road that leads to Istanbul, right, from Sarajevo. So cross the river here, and off we go to Istanbul, walking. Probably going to take a while to get over there. Now, via horseback, I'm not sure how long that would take. Maybe a couple of days. On foot, probably longer here. Look at that over there. We can see that there's some kind of ruin over there. Let's go take a peek at that. I'm probably not going to walk too far into the woods here just because of the risk of mines, right? Landmines. But I think this trail is probably safe since it's so close to the bridge here. Now you can see what this ruin is, I'm not sure, but interesting looking stone structure here. So not blown up yet here. So we have a picnic area to the right, 5.5 kilometers, which for me is no problem as long as it's on a flat surface. Now, I'm not sure if it's uphill all this way. We'll check it out. But I think it should be no problem. That's like, what is that, 2 or 3 miles? Check this out. Got a highway up here. Got a construction project here. Got some nice woods up on this mountain here. This building up here is for sale. This is actually a super nice location right here. If you have, like, say, a homestay, it's directly in front of the bridge. That's an amazing view here. If I were in the market for this kind of structure, I mean, just the location alone here would be amazing. Here we have another abandoned structure. Normally I would go inside there, but given the risk of landmines and an unexploded ordnance, I'm not going to go in there for Bosnia, just like the last one here. Check out this madness, guys. So just some old concrete houses here. Pretty amazing view here. Now, one of the ideas I had about, living is instead of going to rent somebody else's room is just grabbing clothes on this building here and, take my own 2 hands, get some tools, maybe hire some local craftsmen there and to fix up the structure. I'm pretty tough, to do some things by myself, right? Fix it up and live inside a place like this, because of the view here. And I can actually take my bicycle and don't have to have any car, right, to live here. I can cycle back to town if I wanted to. So let's go, keep going this way. So it looks like we got to keep going here. 4.6 kilometers left. Oh, the viewpoint's over here to the right. So let's check out the viewpoint here. So what this is, wellhead. Okay, there's a well over here. So you can see what this is. We just went around basically, and the city is over here to the left. And we're kind of going above where we were just now, earlier. And that's part of that castle we saw from the other side there. So we're getting close to the summit here. I think this must go around, and then it goes up this other mountain here. I'm like halfway right now. We have a sign here that tells us that Trebivic Peak is 4 hours this way, right? Hiking, which probably for me, it might be 2.5 with a bike, but I don't know if it's uphill or what. So I'm going to stop here. I'm not really prepared to go up that high today. Here we are back at the river.